Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine HyVee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Welcome back, friends. It's the Hy-Vee Today Show. This is Tony Tone. It's Monday, June 15th, and in front of me, I have a giant balloon for graduation. In case you were wondering what that, ribbon was in front of my face. It's a new look. I'm trying to cover as much of this as possible. And this is one of those balloons that if you tap it, it plays a song. And I'm just going to take one for the team here, even though it might have a trademark. Let's see. Yes. Congratulations to the class of 2020. The future is so bright, you have to wear shades. So if you have someone that graduated this year, don't they need a $20 singing balloon? The answer is everybody needs a $20 singing balloon. We should start giving those to guests that come on the show. Whether they want it or not is one thing. You're a guest on the Hy-Vee Today Show. We don't have a goodie bag for you. What we have is a singing balloon for you to go back to work or home to leave with your friends. I want to mention the tent in the parking lot. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's a giant tent that we have a time lapse of going up. So shout out to our own Chris Anderson who, I love time lapses. This is fantastic. So MCSA fireworks tent will be open by Friday in the Hy-Vee parking lot. And I watched these guys pull in and they said, hey, we're going to put the tent up. And I said, okay. And then I feel like the next thing I know, there's a tent. So I don't know exactly how long it took, but they got on it. And you can kind of see it happening in the background there. And all of a sudden, you're going to see a tent. Now, the one thing that I hope doesn't happen this year is that a storm doesn't roll in and drop the tent. Because that happened last year. If you remember, it was terrible. There was a big storm that kind of dropped a bunch of rain and then lifted the tent and brought it down. But there it is. In no time at all, the MCSA fireworks tent. And there it is right there on the screen. Awesome. So if you love fireworks, and it seems like this year more than ever, there's going to be a lot of fireworks because most 4th of July celebrations have been canceled. Enjoy them responsibly, right? And please, this is the only fireworks tent in town that supports a charity, and it's just a great deal with the Bellino fireworks people. And it's, if it's successful, it can really account for a significant amount of money for MCSA. So just keep in mind that'll open on Friday. This is random. But I had my kids at the park last night, and I'm engaged with the kids at the park. I'm watching them. My wife was with me, but I also was taking pictures and maybe sharing stuff. Long story short, I noticed that the comedian Jeff Ross was on Instagram, and I have to give you some context for that picture because it's kind of like what's going on. So Jeff Ross in the top is like the roast master. So if you've ever seen any of the roasts on Comedy Central, he's always the one that starts it. He was dressed like that for Pride Month, and he was also doing these Instagram roasts to raise money for trans equality. You can kind of see it in the bottom of the screen there. So you could watch Jeff and then press a button, and he might bring you on screen in front of, how many people were watching that, Chad? It's a couple hundred. So all of a sudden, my phone gives me this notification, and then I'm on getting roasted by Jeff Ross. And if you know what a roast is, usually it's not the most flattering things, but it's all good-natured ribbing. And I happened to have my daughter, Lucy, in my arms, and Jeff was starting to roast me, and he was like, oh, my gosh, look at that baby. I can't roast a baby. But that was just random. So if you were at the park last night and you saw a guy talking to his phone, that was me getting roasted. A couple of things really quick, and we're going to get to our guests. Just a reminder, this store is open at 6 a.m., open for business for everybody, okay? So if you haven't heard that, we've really tried in the last 2 weeks to push the fact that this place is open for business, 6 a.m., ready to go. So if you need anything, back to normal, here for you. We had kind of that high risk or at risk hour. That has been, we stopped doing that, back at 6 a.m., open till 11 p.m. And I know that people are starting to realize that because it's getting a little bit busier between 6 and 7, but please just hear that. And we'd love to have you come in and see us, obviously. Today, Monday, June 15th, 10% off everything that's frozen. So we're bringing back the Make My Monday deals. So if it's ice cream or frozen vegetables or pizzas or entrees or appetizers or breakfast items, if it's frozen, 10% off. You're going to find a paper bag in a grocery cart when you walk in the door. You can load that bag up. You can have more things in the cart, whatever the case may be. If you want to fill 10 bags, I don't care. I want you to save 10% off today in the frozen department. So that's fantastic. And then I'll just mention, I guess I'll do a couple more really quick. So Father's Day is this Sunday. Just some general gift ideas for Dad. We'll show you some stuff on the show throughout the course of this week. Obviously, we still have grills available. Wine and Spirits has a lot of good ideas. And then, even the floral shop has like fun, almost looks like a comic book planter. So we'll get some stuff together. There's gift baskets as well. Maybe later this morning, we'll grab a gift basket from Floral. Don't worry about it now, Chris. They're right back there. Oh, he's got one right on the bar. Well, what do I know, right? I just do the show. I'm sorry. I think Chris has like implanted some type of listening device in my head, and he just knows exactly what I'm thinking. So we literally have it behind me. You're phenomenal. All right, so we'll show you that in just a minute. Last thing, the free after fuel ad starts today. So my boss, Matt, loves doing these ads. It shows you how with the power of the fuel saver, you can take the price of an item times the fuel saver, and it becomes free after fuel. So after purchasing these items with your Fuel Saver Plus Perks card, enjoy a fuel discount equal or greater to the purchase price at the pump. So you can do the math. The math is done for you if you're not good at math. A lot of great fuel savers. This ad starts today at this store in Hy-Vee Main Street in downtown Muscatine. So just please keep that in mind if you are looking for some good deals. We'll get that ad on social media. Brad is pointing to the ice cream sandwiches. And if Brad, listen, not only could you get the 24-cent fuel saver, if you bought them today, they'd be 10% off. So keep that in mind. That's a double dip, right? That's a double dip on the ice cream, pun intended. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit, but there's a lot of great deals on there. Okay, our guest for this morning is a friend that's been here before and someone that I've known for I guess I'm coming up on 8 years in Muscatine, and I've probably known Jim Hayes for 7.5 years. And it's great to have you back on the show. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, it's good to be here. Thank you.
So Jim Hayes with Crossroads here in Muscatine. It seems like, Jim, was it two years for you in the role of executive director at Crossroads, or is it longer than that?
It's in May, 2 years.
May. Yep. Wow. So it's been a busy 2 years.
It has been a busy 2 years.
And then you throw in a pandemic, and it seems like, I want to start by talking about how the pandemic impacted, because Crossroads is a fantastic place, Hauser Street here in Muscatine, and then there's a Crossroads in Tipton. How did the pandemic impact Crossroads? Because it also seems like we can kind of talk a little bit about that, but then there is some good news about some programs and stuff that have come back recently, right?
That's true.
Sure.
First of all, the governor's order closed our day hab.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been closed now since that first day.
Wow.
In fact, that first day we got notice that by noon or by whatever
1 p.m.,
that we had to stop the clients in the workshop.
Oh my gosh!
And so that was kind of a shock to them.
Yeah.
It was a shock to us.
Sure.
But we weathered that storm. We closed our day hab. Our supported living, though, you can't close because that's where these people live.
Yeah.
And so, the staff that we've had helping people in those homes have just been marvelous. We've had some of our day hab people volunteer to help.
Wow.
We've had people who protected themselves. They got some of our staff. They would run a fever. They would exhibit symptoms.
Sure.
They immediately put masks on, gloves on, distance themselves from our clients and all that. And I'm happy to say we so far have not had any case of COVID-19.
That's incredible.
Any of our houses.
Wow.
So,
and because it's, this is the thing. So my brother-in-law had it. My brother-in-law, Nolan, had it. And he's, 28. has autism, some other health issues, but it's really this COVID, it can impact anybody. I mean, somebody was telling me this weekend that they have a friend whose 2-year-old had it. So, and I'm not here to say that folks with the assisted living, special needs folks are not maybe more prone to it, but it has been shown to impact them locally, regionally. So that's incredible to hear that hasn't been something that anybody's had to deal with. Because it's a tough thing to process. And for my brother-in-law, it was challenging because he knew he didn't feel well. But if you can't vocalize things as well as everybody else, you know what I mean? It's just like another thing that nobody wants to deal with. But when it happens to someone like that, you're like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, well, I would have rather have got it.
Well,
it's just
many of our clients are huggers and they're high fivers, and it's hard sometimes for them to break those habits.
Absolutely.
So
well, yeah, and that's such a good point. So for folks that are watching, Crossroads has had a day-hab program. For how long? I mean, what?
Ooh, I don't know.
We just celebrated 50 years, right? So
yeah.
Probably close to that. So when that closes down, that's tough. But then I could have sworn it was your Facebook page last week that said what has come back that was closed during the pandemic.
Okay, the production, workshop,
Sure.
assembly. We still are using our staff to fill the orders that we have to come in. And the other good news is that we're open back up.
That's good.
So we're going to resume the day hab on June the 22nd.
Fantastic.
So a week from today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. And how many folks take advantage, how many clients take advantage of day hab typically?
Well, in Tipton, we have about between 15 and 20. And in Muscatine, somewhere around 40.
Wow.
So, and it's a growing program because some of the people that were clients in the workshop have kind of shifted, and now they're going to be in day hab.
Yeah.
More. So
and day hab is such a good thing for the individuals, for the clients, but then also for their families and the people that help them out. It's really whether it is a form of respite or a break for someone that is providing care. But then on top of that, Jim, and I know this from the time that I've spent at Crossroads, folks in day hab have great relationships.
Oh, they do.
So I can't even imagine how joyous of an occasion it'll be a week from today when they're seeing their friends that maybe they haven't seen in a while, unless they've got technology for FaceTime or Skype or whatever. But can you imagine how happy everybody's going to be to get back in the building? It's going to be great.
It's going to be a celebration, I think.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting. We're bringing back about half to start with.
Sure.
And staff this week is they're doing some extra training. They're doing some cleaning, going through some protocols that they need to. And I just can't say enough about the staff at Crossroads. They've held things together through all this.
Yep.
The people that have been working in our supported living houses, the people that have come to work in production have all just done a great job.
Do you feel like, I think during your time, the last 2 years, it's been important to you to tell the Crossroads story. And it seems like that has been accomplished with respects to coming on shows like this and having stories written and coverage. But I still think people might just drive past Crossroads on Hauser Street, and that's okay. But I do feel like there's been a really strong effort made to say, here's exactly, because there was that rumor that Crossroads was closing, which was not true. But you guys really got out ahead of that and said, hey, no, we're here. We've been here 50 years. Here's who we are. Here's what we do. We're evolving a little bit. But just talk about that, because I hope that people now understand more than ever. And what a great picture, by the way, right? And part of it is bringing the community in. So whether it's Willie Lesa or Quinn Reese. But just talk about that, because I know that's been important to you to communicate the story of Crossroads to folks. Whether they utilize the service or know anybody, they should realize what's happening on Hauser Street.
That's true, and I think, well, let me ask you this. Is Hy-Vee today the same as it was 50 years ago?
No,
No.
no,
Right.
absolutely. This company has changed. I mean, I've been here 3 years in December it'll be, and it's changed a lot in 3 years.
Right, and so
You
has
know?
Crossroads. It's
Yeah.
been an evolution.
Sure.
You know, the people still think that we recycle cans or do this or that, but we don't anymore.
Yeah.
And we've had various things that Crossroads has done over the years, but right now we do secure shredding, so document destruction.
Yep.
We're certified to do that. We can verify that documents have been destroyed. We have a walk-in service. People can walk in and put shredding in the bin.
It's fantastic.
And we do package and assembly for hardware packets, for primarily for HNI, All Steel and Han. We have supported community living, and we have our Dayhab program. And we have a new program that we just were getting kicked off, and then our friend COVID came along. And it's called supported employment, and that's where we kind of do a little pre-training of clients and get them out in the workplace, and they can be really productive.
Absolutely.
You know, they can get out there, they can fill some jobs that businesses are having a hard time filling. And you know, the job market was really tight prior to this, and we were gaining some momentum, and then, you know, that kind of got us sidetracked.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I had a conversation with folks from Crossroads, and then 2 weeks later, the world shifted in a big way. Is supported employment something that you're working to get back as more things open up? Obviously, you probably have to follow the certain guidelines from the state or Iowa Department of Public Health, just like everybody else has. But you're right, Jim. It was really becoming a big deal.
It was, and the really key with supported employment is to find a business that really needs somebody to work. Well, right now, I think that, you know, a lot of businesses are just trying to get back to, you know, what is normal, what is you know, what's this all going to look like?
Yeah.
So we're opening up our supported employment probably first part of July, maybe after the 4th or something like that.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, and it makes sense because, again, I think the thing that Crossroads has done so well for 50 years is providing opportunity for people that, because here's the thing, if you're watching and you don't have anyone in your life or that you know that maybe needs more help, you don't understand how good of a resource a place like Crossroads can be for that individual. And it's just, I mean, I love these pictures because I know every single person in these pictures, but it's just that doesn't happen this year. Has been a decision made on that?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so that's such a great annual fundraiser, and you've probably been to it, or you've certainly driven past on a Saturday, and you've wondered, why are there hundreds of people? Because it is such a wonderful event. So I guess we'll stay tuned for that. And then the other news is that you are, at the end of the month, for the second time, you're retiring, Jim.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Well, yeah. So Jim Hayes led Unity Point Health for a number of years and retired, and we thought, okay. And then all of a sudden, Jim's back, and he's at Crossroads, and he's in the executive director role, and it was great. But now this decision, I'm sure you thought about for a while, and it'll be effective at the end of June. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
What are you going to do? Because you don't seem like you do well with not being busy. Now, that's not to say that there's not things you could find to be busy with, but have you thought about what it's going to look like? Are there things that you wanted to do?
Well, I've got 2 rocking chairs on my front porch, and I thought, well, I'll just go out there and sit and rock for a while, and then go take a nap, and you know, that kind of thing.
No way. There's no way. I mean, I feel like you are active. You've enjoyed basketball. You play the guitar. I think you even play in the band across the street at Calvary occasionally. So, I mean, Is it travel or is it just being? I mean, because it doesn't seem like you've had a lot of time to just, maybe the pandemic has given you more time to just be, but it doesn't seem, I mean, certainly when you were leading Unity Point Health, there wasn't a lot of downtime.
That's true.
So is that something that you think you could just, maybe you could just rock for a little while?
I don't know. I'll tell you later.
I just feel like Jim's going to retire, and I use air quotes because he did it once, and then like 4 months from now, it's going to be like, did you see what Jim Hayes is doing? And I'm going to be like, no, but I'm not surprised because he sat on my show and talked about retiring, but then getting, but the opportunity at Crossroads, I mean, obviously there was something there that you thought, yes, this makes sense. Because you had just kind of stepped away from Unity Point Health. What was it about that initially that you thought, I can help this organization?
Well, it's it really centers around the spirit of the people that work there, and what their mission is. Just the energy that the clients bring to the organization. That they are they're just fun to be around.
Yeah,
you know that.
I know that. I hope. I mean, my greatest hope, of course, selfishly, is that the Christmas party happens. Yeah. Because I've got to play music for that for the last, I don't even know if it's coming up on 5 or 6 years, but it's the best thing I get to do all year.
Well, you get mobbed.
I do, and the best part is that's why I love seeing pictures from Crossroads Facebook pages, because I literally know everybody there, and they're such an unbelievable group, and that Christmas party is something I know they look forward to, just like the carnival, and I love, I see quite a few of my friends in places like Hy-Vee. Not as much during the pandemic, but obviously I understand that. But nothing I like more than seeing them, because you're right. I mean, they can really brighten your day. And I hope, by playing a couple of Christmas songs and maybe trying to dance. I'm not the best dancer, but at the Crossroads Christmas party, I'll do whatever it takes to make them happy.
Well, I like the part where they take the microphone away from
and
you
sing, yes,
and they'll sing an entire song, and know every word.
And I'm okay with that. It's certainly not advertised as karaoke, but it's fine. I mean, again, it's such a great group, and things are going to definitely. It's so weird to say get back to normal, but whatever, like you said, whatever normal looks like, the routine for people to be able to come back to Crossroads, and there's a great representation. There's Cal. I guarantee you in that picture, Cal in the blue sweater singing a Kiss song, because nobody likes Kiss more than Cal does.
No question.
But when things do, and it's starting soon, right, with Dahab coming back, and supportive employment going to be coming back, that routine is so crucial for folks, and I'm just happy to hear that, and that's why I reached out, because I figured, things are going to start to right the curve, as it has been for a lot of people across the country, and obviously precautions are in place at Crossroads. Jim talked about that, and the staff cares. I mean, your team is so great, right?
Well, that was the fun part, coming to Crossroads, coming to an organization, and having such an energized team. There's a lot of occasions where I just sit back and say, I'm going to get out of your way. You go. Just go do it.
Sure.
And they've just been so great.
I was going to say, and you have a lot of longtime folks that have been there and that really genuinely care, and it's obvious if you're at Crossroads, and I've experienced that firsthand. I've been fortunate to experience that, and they're there for the right reasons.
They are.
I mean, it can be a challenging, job, but they care so much that they've met the challenges for you. I mean, you have folks that I don't want to out how long anybody's been there, but you really have some long-time people that know what they're doing, and they continue to serve, and it's very admirable. All right, so I hope, at the very least, maybe you just come in and hang out as the show's happening, but I'm not going to be surprised if I were to place a wager on whether I think you'll stay retired or not. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what those odds are, but I'm happy for you. And I'm thankful for the work that you've accomplished, because there has been a lot that has been done during the 2 years you've been at Crossroads. And I'm excited to see what happens next. Maybe you'll write a book. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
No.
No? Okay. You could write a book on the YMCA noon basketball games, perhaps.
Could.
Yeah, it might be a limited audience, but that's all right.
It might be.
Please keep me updated on where you land, or if you're just enjoying being retired. You've certainly worked for it, that's for sure.
Well, it's been great. This is a great community. You know, we put out on our Facebook page that we needed a couple of hundred cloth masks. We got 600.
Oh my gosh!
So
wow.
That will more than meet the needs of our clients coming back, to the organization. So
you got 600 masks.
This is a great community.
Yeah, isn't it unbelievable? I mean, during a time of crisis, to have people step up to the plate.
It is.
There's been so many stories like that, and it's great to hear that that's happening at Crossroads. All right, well, I guess I'll have to find out who my contact is now that you're retiring, but
well,
I'm sure I can make that happen.
Key person that's kind of our succession plan is Cheryl Plank.
That's right. Okay.
And I think you know her.
Yes, I know Cheryl.
So she'll be kind of moving into this. I'll probably hang around for a month or two just to answer questions she might have. And
community with opportunities, supported employment. Listen, if you're watching and you're in a business, or if you want to take it to someone in like your HR department and say, hey, I heard about this Crossroads supported employment. Do you think it would be good for the opportunity that we have? I promise it's worth the conversation. And if you can have an employee that can do the job that needs to be done while having the support system in place, it's really a good thing. And to hear it coming back is great. So if you're watching, please reach out to Crossroads.
And if you're watching and you're thinking about giving us masks, we're good for right now.
That's right. Hold off on the mask donations for now.
We'll let you know.
That's right. But that's amazing that the response was that good. All right, let's go to the CVI Bank and Trust Aisle Cam. Jim Hayes with Crossroads here in Muscatine. I love everything that happens at Crossroads, and I'm so happy that Dayhab is coming back in support of employment. It's just wonderful. What a good perspective of the store this morning. Look at how high up that camera is. Holy moly. When I saw it, I was like, wow, that's way up there. And now seeing that perspective, I'm glad that like the roof, if you will, of Starbucks isn't dusty or anything. Or we'd be able to tell, hey, there's a spot right above the U in Starbucks. Can we get that clean? No, it looks fine. So you get live shot inside the store on the CVI Bank and Trust Aisle Cam, and it's just 9 o'clock on the dot. How about that? So if you're just tuning in, we're back, Hy-Vee today. If you're watching this in the evening, I appreciate it. You're checking it out on cable. That's fantastic. I think we still have some of that ground chuck that's in the meat department. So if you're watching and you're thinking, did I miss out on that deal? No, the answer is you did not. Still got some fresh ground chuck back there, $3.99 a pound, 10-pound roll. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. Get that while it lasts. It was going quick, but I did check this morning, and there is still some of it back there, okay? So hear me on that. Get back to the meat department, buy it, take it home, freeze it, make burgers, make meatballs. Meatballs are always a good idea, right? Meatloaf. Friend of mine was smoking meatloaf. How do you do that? Put meatloaf in a smoker? I didn't even know that was something you could do. But he sent me pictures of his meatloaf that he was smoking. And I'm like, wow, good luck. I can tell you that I personally have made meatloaf this many times. Not saying that I'm a fan. I am a fan of meatloaf. So maybe I need to buy some of that ground chuck and do it myself. Okay, so June 15th. Did you know that today is National Nature Photography Day? And this is the Iowan, and yes, we do subscribe. This is the Iowan magazine from Ames, and inside of it, you're going to see some nature photography. Look at that. They're birds, I think, and other things. I will say this, I do appreciate images like this because I know how it's got to be tough. And obviously cameras can zoom in, but look at that. That's wild. I think there was a hawk flying in my neighborhood the other day. You ever have that moment? You're like looking and you're like, are those birds going to dive bomb me? It's usually the red-winged blackbirds, isn't it? That do that thing. You're on the riverfront and you see them swoop down And you're like, listen, I'm not going to bother your nest. What am I? What am I going to disrupt your nest? Leave me alone. Or starlings. I told you how I got dive bombed in Iowa City. What I love about the Iowan, look what's on the back page of the Iowan. A place that I constantly want to go. Field of Dreams. Yeah. That's great. A full page ad. Remember when I called the Field of Dreams and they said, this is Iowa. Oh, we don't close. Okay. Field of Dreams open for business. Check that out. And First Responders Appreciation Day. Music from Jake Dodds. So I love the Field of Dreams. I legitimately told my wife worked all weekend, and I was like, maybe I'll take the kids to the Field of Dreams. This was yesterday. And she's like, they don't want to go. I'm like, how do you know? She's like, they don't care. You just want to go. I'm like, I do. What about me? What am I, chopped liver? You know, it's not that far of a drive to Dyersville. They could sleep in the car. And then, of course, they're going to be excited to run the bases. It's not that often you see a baseball field in the corn. It's great. So one of these days, maybe I'll just go by myself. Where are you going? I'm going to Dyersville. By yourself? Yes, by myself. So what did we do? I took them to a trampoline park, and there was nobody there, which was very nice. All right, and then Smile Power Day. So I think about my dentist and brushing teeth when I think about smiles and smile power. And I almost forgot about the Toyota Muscatine What's in the Box, everybody. All right, I haven't done this in a while. I know what's in here, though, don't I? Maybe not. Maybe Brad changed it. All right, eyes closed. I should have had Jim Hayes do this. Okay. Oh, man. Plastic and paper. Oh, there's the thing that hangs on the display. Does it have something to do with Smile Day, Brad? Nothing from Brad. He says, Okay. Maybe it is like a new form of teeth whitening. It's a pacifier. I must ask you a question. If you have a baby or you just think these are funny, you got to get funny pacifiers. I love these things. By the way, that is solid plastic that thing is in. Like, that's no joke. I must ask you, none of my kids were really big pacifier kids, which is weird, you know? None of them, and I love a funny pacifier, but none of them were big pacifier kids. They weren't for whatever reason. But something like this is marvelous. So, Smile Power Day. How is your smile power? I'm trying to think, it's so weird when you get older, you just kind of like go to the dentist for a cleaning. I hope you never have to have a root canal, because I had one of those about 10 years ago and it was awful. So I'm like super anal about like, I don't want to have to go through that again, right? Like, it's never fun when you're at the dentist and they're like, oh, you have a cavity. Like, that's terrible, especially if it's preventable, right? So every time I go to my dentist, Dr. Clove, I'm always like, I should be fine. I brush, I floss, and then they're always like, you got to use better floss. But I like the picks. The floss pick thing, they're like, you got to use the real floss. I'm like, I don't like the real floss. Why can't I use a pick? Can't I use a pick? So that's the thing. It's like, they give me the business. And then I'm like, I think I'm doing a good job, right? I'm 36. I know what I'm doing. Oh, you got to get better floss. I don't want better floss. I want to use my pick. Maybe I'll just wear this the next time I go for a cleaning. Is that a pacifier? It is. It is. It's also weird because growing up, and I know I've talked about this before, but growing up when I went to the dentist, I feel like the hygienists didn't do everything. And now the hygienists are like everything. And the dentist comes in, they're like, yeah, you're fine. I'm like, that's it? That's all? Sarah? What Sarah did it all? They're just kind of like, yeah, well, that seems, let me do that thing where I put the thing in your cheek and then I ask you a question and you're like, okay, looks good. I mean, I think I could be a dentist. I got it down. What else do I need to know? You get the hygienist is like getting in there doing it all, and then you come in and you're like, oh yeah, I don't know about that. What do you mean? Oh, well, we'll tell you more later. Right? I mean, I know that they go to school for a long time. I'm not trying to downplay it. I just feel like back in the day, in the late 80s and early 90s, maybe it shifted. I don't know. It is nice having someone else floss your teeth, though, right? That's not something you can typically ask a significant other. Hey, honey, yeah, can you floss my teeth? Huh? Well, they do it at the dentist. Try that tonight. Ask your significant other if they can floss your teeth, and let me know what they say, because it's probably going to be a resounding no. But it is kind of nice, right? You're like, man, this is what it's all about. I'd go to the dentist more. I'd go 3 times a year. I'm not opposed, right? Some people can't do it. Some people have that phobia. They hear the drill. Bzzz, they're like, oh, no, not me. I'm all in. I like it. Even though I've had a root canal. I don't like that, but I do like going to the dentist. That's my commercial for Clove Dental, by the way. So they're going to have to edit that up if they want to use it. All right, let's mention some stuff and we'll get out of here. Let me check my list here. Okay. So if it is frozen today, and I'm going to mention the Father's Day basket in a second. We've got a lot of good options right here. But this frozen 10% off deal is super exciting. So if you're watching, know that today, Monday, June 15th, you can save 10% off everything in the frozen department. So from frozen ice cream to frozen pizza to frozen vegetables to frozen waffles and pancakes and other breakfast items. What about frozen egg rolls? If it's frozen, it's 10% off. So come into the store, buy as much as you need, and save 10% off. So that's today, June 15th. This store, and then Hy-Vee Main Street downtown doing the same thing. Father's Day is Sunday, okay? What are you getting, Dad? So my plan is to go see my dad in the Chicago area, and he's kind of hinted to maybe wanting a detail for his truck. And I'm trying to hint for him to give me his convertible. So I don't know if that's what I'm going to get for Father's Day, but he's got, anyways, we'll talk more about his car in a second. Here's an idea for Dad. Easy. Brad, look at how easy this is. You don't even have, all you have to do is come and buy it. And it comes with the balloon, apparently, right? So there's a whole basket of treats down there. It's $30. I can see some peanuts. Looks like maybe peanut M&Ms. There's Twizzlers. There's Chex Mix. It's all done. You know, it's got the nice looking cellophane on there. And it comes with a balloon. So if you don't want to have to think, or if you forget, and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot, Dad. Get here, grab it, you're good to go. You can pass it off like you did all the work. We don't care, right? These are fun. This is, what is this? This is Live Trends. What does it say what it is? It's Comic Burst. And, yeah, so I don't know. Does it say what it is? It doesn't really say what it is. It just says it's Here's what it says. Display in medium light and slowly pour approximately 2 ounces of water once per month. Wow. You don't even have to worry about this thing, right? So that's cool. I love the container that it's in. Isn't that fun? I've never seen a container like that before. So that's something low maintenance. I like it. Buy it for Dad. All you got to do is give it 2 ounces of water once a month, Dad. Maybe you get him a little dropper. Maybe you give him a little dropper for the water. And then that's good. That's, what is that? That's $22.50 for Papa. Maybe get Dad a bottle of whiskey, too. I'm going to show you some other stuff this week that I think would be good for Dad. And listen, the grills, right? We've got grills, don't we? My goodness, we got grills. So there's a grill located by the floral shop that's kind of like decorated. And then there's grills near the seafood department. There's a whole bunch of grills. Not a ton of them, but I think a new grill is a great idea. I bought a new grill last year, and I love it. I used it last night, did some thick-cut Iowa pork chops. I'm a gas grill fan. I don't have time for charcoal. I got 3 kids. The baby wanders away. Not sure where she is. She's on the side of the house. I don't know. I got to find her. My 5-year-old is bringing stuff into the garage. He was having a garage sale yesterday. Just stuff everywhere. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm having a garage sale. Why are there rocks? I don't know. Okay. So then I stepped on a rock barefoot, said something I probably shouldn't have. That's why I don't have time for charcoal, because I can't. I can't be out there, and I'm not going to, and, you know, what am I going to get? Lighter? No. Gas grill. It's this easy. Done. Then the baby's turning the gas grill knob. And I'm like, hot. And she's like, huh? I'm like, don't touch the gas grill. She's doing this. And I'm like, stop it. Stop turning the knob. That's why I don't have time for charcoal, okay? Because by the time I get the charcoal going, there's going to be a kid on the roof. There's going to be a kid on the roof. That's what's going to happen. And then I'm going to be the guy with the kid on the roof or in the street. Oh, look at Tony. His kids are in the street. Where is he? He's trying to stoke a charcoal fire in his grill. So we've got grills is what I'm saying. If you need one, please come and get them. How about the free after fuel ad on the back page of the paper this week? And it starts today, so we'll make sure we get it online. I haven't posted it yet, but you'll see it right here on the screen. So let me just show you how this works. Let's use the example of the, well, Brad likes the ice cream sandwiches, Chad. So let's scroll down to the ice cream sandwiches. It'll make Brad happy, and I'll show you how this works. So the price for the ice cream sandwiches, because you still got to pay for the ice cream sandwiches, right? So it's $4.69, but it's actually going to be cheaper because it's 10% off today. So $4.69, okay, has a 24-cent fuel saver. So you take 24 cents times 20 gallons of gas, that comes out to $4.80. You see how that works, right? So that's just how it breaks down with all of the other items in the ad. So you still have to pay at the register. Don't come in and just take ice cream sandwiches, Brad, because we'll find you. You could buy 2 boxes and get a 48-cent fuel saver. Yeah. And today would be the day because they're 10% off. Maybe you need more refried beans. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, you know the rest. So look at that. 6-cent fuel saver. I love the batteries, right? I always talk about how many batteries do you have in that one drawer in your kitchen. You can always have more. You never know when you're going to need them, especially AA and AAA. So that's a good opportunity to take advantage of that deal. Okay? So that's the free after fuel. Since we're here, Chad, you keep scrolling down. Look at that coupon. Look at that coupon. Spoiler alert, 20 cents off per gallon. No strings attached. Okay? So let's do this. Could we zoom out just a hair? Go ahead and take a screenshot if you're watching. You're technically supposed to cut that out, but you're not going to get the paper until Tuesday or Wednesday. You want to go ahead and use it today. Take a screenshot right now, and then go to Hy-Vee Gas. That's fantastic. That's just off the top. You don't even have a fuel saver card, doesn't matter. And then if we come down a little bit, look at what we're doing on Father's Day. Speaking of things that have never happened before, 10% rebate, okay? So I'm going to go easy on the math because you know I'm not good at math. So if you came into the store on Sunday and spent $100, you would get a $10 Hy-Vee gift card right at the register. Okay? We've never done this before. So take whatever amount you're going to spend. And again, I like to use whole numbers because they're a lot easier for me. So say you're going to spend $200, you're going to get a $20 Hy-Vee gift card. 10% rebate on your purchase. This Sunday only, you have to have that coupon that's on the screen. So gas coupon, super cool. 10% rebate coupon. Never have done that. Now, are you thinking to yourself, are there other places in Muscatine that do rebates like that? The answer is, we thought of it first. So we're trying it. I think it's going to be awesome. And I want you to know that that's happening. So that's why I showed that to you. Normally, I wouldn't show those coupons to you, but the ad starts today. So we're going to get it out online, and you can take advantage of it as far as I'm concerned. The Fuel Saver Flyer still has another day. So that's good news. If you haven't come in and taken advantage of the deals, please, you got till tomorrow, right? So from the chicken grillers, I might buy some of those tonight. That sounds good on the grill, on my gas grill, because I'm not patient. Banana bread, grape tomatoes, hand-packed salads, Iowa craft beer, the Just Because bouquet. Also probably something I'll buy. $10, 10-cent fuel saver. We have so many, I don't want to say we have so many vases in my house. I'm not rich, but I bought enough flowers. I have enough vases. You just buy something like that. You drop it in the vase or the vase, and then it's good to go. So check that out. As I mentioned, the ground chuck in the meat department is still a thing. So if you thought you missed it, you didn't. Please know that. Come into the meat department, and they'll take care of you. I love our meat department. Looks good. It's, like I said, those Iowa chops. Those chops I grilled last night were like that thick. They're fantastic. And I got to get more of the Fat Boys rub. Oh, my gosh, that stuff is good. Chris, tomorrow on the show, let's get a container of Fat Boy rub. They're on top of the meat department. You can put it on anything, I think. It's good on everything. I might just put some on my neck as cologne. It smells so good. So the ground chuck is back there, and it's a 10-pound roll, and you can freeze it. You can cook it. Like I said, I might even just buy one of these things today and make burgers. I don't really, I like hamburgers, but y'all know how much I love those brat patties and pork chops and those chicken grillers. And there's a rumor and Mike Church is in here right now, there's a rumor that the Tony Tone Burger might be coming back. And if Mike wasn't talking to somebody for a job interview, I would yell at him right now, when's it coming back? But I'm not going to do that. But it might happen, so stay tuned for that. The MCSA fireworks tent, they need volunteers. So the tent is there. Brad, we can show them the tent. It's right there. It's in the parking lot. There wasn't a tent this morning. There's a tent. It's crazy. Those guys are fast. I don't know how they do it. But there's a tent. Look at that. I pulled into work. No tent. Right now, tent. Something else. And that's not a small tent, by the way. So that is the only fireworks tent in Muscatine, I promise you, that supports a local organization. Okay? So Hy-Vee, you know, we're not making money hand over fist. I think Bellino Fireworks Company says here's a little bit of money for the space, and then the deal they have with MCSA is great. Here's the thing. Opening day, as it says right there, Friday, open through July 5th, in case you didn't get enough bottle rockets. I saw people, listen, I'm not trying to out anybody, but I saw people lighting off bottle rockets in the middle of a street in Muscatine. And here's the thing. I'm here to tell you, I'm not the police, but it's too early. You're legally not supposed to light them off yet, okay? So this is in our parking lot, open for business this Friday, 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. You can support MCSA. You can volunteer. They need shifts. Look at the shifts, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4. You know what they should do? They should have Jim Hayes out there. The guy's retiring. There you go. Jim Hayes, could you get out to the MCSA fireworks tent? So please consider helping out if you're part of a church or an organization or a group, or if it's a group of friends, or if you're retired. That is a good use of your time. Even if you're not, listen, even if you're not pro fireworks, I get it, okay? But you show me another way to raise $20,000 to $40,000 in less than a month for MCSA. Show me that, or write a check. Listen, you don't like fireworks enough? You got money? Write a $50,000 check. We'll take the tent down. The tent can go away. If you're so anti-fireworks, you're like, I can't, but you got, you know, you want to write a check? They would say, fine, go ahead. They could come, we could have a time lapse. We could just play the time lapse backwards. The tent coming down. There it goes. What happened? Well, somebody wrote a check. We don't need it. That's fine too if you want to do that. But in the meanwhile, that is going to raise some money for MCSA. And you know what MCSA does? They need it, right? This is a pandemic. They need the support more than ever. So if you're going to buy fireworks and you're going to be responsible, buy them from that tent. I can't stress it enough. I will not buy another firework from anywhere else except that tent, because I know how much money can be raised from MCSA and how accountable they are for their dollars. So that if people in this community need help, MCSA is there. Because what if MCSA isn't? Think about that for a second. Okay? Don't think about it, because it's a terrible thought. So if you're going to buy fireworks, please hear me, get it. And now there's a big truck out there. Is that a fireworks truck? I don't know. No, the truck doesn't come till later. I think the truck comes on Thursday. A semi-truck full of fireworks. If you want to buy a semi-truck full of fireworks, let me know. I could call Scott Dahlke. Scott, listen, you don't even have to sell fireworks this year. What happened? Somebody wrote a $50,000 check. You're good. All right, so that'll be opening up on Friday. This is the week on Wednesday, switching gears, that we will go to New Boston, Illinois for the first time. So Hy-Vee aisles online, grocery shopping from your phone or from your computer. We're bringing groceries to New Boston, okay? So we go to Wapello on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you're in the New Boston area, you put your order together and then you would select, it's technically considered a pickup location, right? Because as much as we're driving over there, we're not driving it to your house. You're meeting us at the pickup location. You'll see the Hy-Vee Aisles Online van, and then you'll show up and say, hi, my name is Tony Toad, and I'm here for my groceries. And they'll say, here's your stuff. Have a good day. That's how it works, right? So it's got to be a $50 minimum order. Our team will be there between 7 and 8. If I'm erring on the side of caution, they should be there before 7. This is the first week we've done this. It's Wednesday. Your order deadline is Tuesday, okay? So by 10 p.m. Tuesday, you got to have the order in. And we're coming to New Boston, and they're very excited about this. Mark Fordyce, who is a friend, has been wanting this to happen for a while, and I'm so happy that it's happening. If it's you or someone you know that could benefit from not having to make a trip to Muscatine or wherever else they were going, we're coming to New Boston Wednesday. That's it. I mean, it's very exciting. We're going to do it. And we're looking forward to taking care of people. All right. Still have some DSW sandals and shoes, 50% off. Remember when I tried that shoe on Friday, and it was so comfortable, and I thought, well, maybe I'll see, because I could have used maybe another size. That was it. That was like literally it for that shoe. And I asked Brent, I said, do you have more in the back? And he's like, no, that's it. So what's out? That's it. So Chad, you go back to that picture. What's there? First of all, that picture is old, but it just looks good. Like, it's gone. So if you've waited, I'm sorry. There's no more. So please come in and take advantage of it. I think he still has a couple of the umbrellas. Spend $40, get a free umbrella. Does Dad need shoes for Father's Day? Maybe that's a no-brainer. Maybe you come to Hy-Vee, get Dad some shoes, get him a gift card, get him a balloon, a little basket, a little bottle of booze or something, a little, low-maintenance planter thing. Kind of fun to touch. Not sure what it's called. Probably got a fancy name. Right? Fancy-ish name. Yeah. Don't ask me. I don't know. But here's what I do know. That's awesome. The DSW deal. We want you to come in and see it. Okay, I'm going to show you the June food service calendar, and then I want to mention something that's happening at Starbucks that I almost forgot about. So in the meanwhile, check this out. It's Monday, and you can see what's for lunch or dinner today at the store. We can hook you up one trip through the salad bar. Now, listen, the salad bar technically not open, but they can serve it out of the case. Buy one, get one free lunch in the Market Grill. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that. Buy one, get one free lunch. Sign me up, right? That's absolutely marvelous. You can also see just for $4, you can get a 9-inch sub, whether it's ready to go or made to order. This is an option if you're low carbing it. We've got those low carb wraps at the sandwich shop, and I know that because I brought them over. And then the $3.99 hot turkey old school open face sandwich. Check that out. Those are the deals. Chad, I'm going to airdrop you this picture because I almost forgot, and I need to add this to my list of things to make sure that I mention it. So if you love Starbucks, we have not done a Starbucks happy hour since the pandemic started. So this Thursday, it's back, happy hour, 2 till 7. Buy a grande or venti drink, get one for free. Ashley Hardman in that picture right there holding a passion tea lemonade. Somebody on Facebook asked, what drink is that? It's a passion tea lemonade. So whether it's a tea or it's a frappuccino, whatever the case may be, this Thursday, happy hour, buy one, get one from 2 till 7. Okay, I'm looking on my weather app. Thursday's high is 89 degrees. Okay, so you're going to be trying to beat the heat. What about a Starbucks? And even better, a BOGO. So I've got, I got it right here. This is the sugar-free, low-carb. You could call it the Tony drink if you want. I'm not trying to be obnoxious, but they would know what you mean. Little nice message on there. What if I don't want to have a great day? What if I just want to have an average Monday? So please come in on Thursday. So we were doing these happy hours, December, January, February. I don't think we had one in March, but I can tell you this. The one in February was huge. So if you've been waiting for this to come back, it's here this Thursday. All right, we're going to get out of here. I want to say thanks to Jim Hayes for being here from Crossroads. Jim Hayes is a good guy, executive director of Crossroads here in Muscatine. He's retiring, and I wish him well. Jim has been good to me since I met him. When I met Jim, he was the CEO. He was the boss at Unity Point Health, and we've had a great relationship. He's done a lot for the community. Certainly, if you've ever ran a hospital, I can't even imagine. So he retires from running the hospital, and then he's like, well, maybe I'll go run Crossroads. So when Jim says he's retiring from Crossroads, I'm inclined to say the guy, he's such an asset, and he's so good at leading people. Will he stay retired? I don't know. He certainly has earned it, and I'm thankful for what he's done in Muscatine, and certainly the last 2 years at Crossroads have been a lot of change, but a lot of good things happening, and I appreciate his time, and I say hi to all my friends at Crossroads. I miss you guys and girls, and I hope to see you soon. Of course, we'd love nothing more than to be able to have a Crossroads Carnival, and as I mentioned, the small role that I've been able to play with the Crossroads Christmas party is something that I look forward to every year, because everybody's my friend, and we have a great time. So I hope to be able to do that. And I thank Jim for his time. And if you need anything from the folks at Crossroads, please reach out to them. Supported employment coming back. If you have any openings or opportunities at your organization, consider having someone with supported employment from Crossroads, because that'll be happening in this store. I promise you that. Like I said, I met with a couple folks from Crossroads, had some good conversations. Pandemic hits, things change, but we have some openings that I think we could utilize some of the folks from Crossroads with supported employment. So that's my plan, is to get the ball rolling on that. All right. I don't remember who's here tomorrow, but we're booked all week, and I can't remember. But we'll talk to those folks tomorrow. I'll look at the calendar, and I'll try and memorize it. In the meanwhile, have a good rest of your day or a good evening. Don't forget 10% off all Frozen today in the store. Fireworks tent at MCSA opening for business this Friday. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. I know that Bob Howard will be here this week. Speaking of CBI Bank and Trust, the boss, Bob Howard. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine with What's in the Box. Today it was a mustache pacifier. Tomorrow, an alligator. Maybe. You never know, right? I don't want anything to... Listen, first of all, unless Michelle Burns is going to be on the show and she loans us some type of creature, we should not have anything alive, right? Like, don't put a lobster in there. You know what I mean? That would be the worst. Like, what's in the box? Oh, it bit me. It's a lobster. And it looks angry. Of course it's angry. Now they're going to do that. Great. And thanks to Lutheran Living Senior Campus. All right, if you need anything from me, hyveetoday@gmail.com is the email address. Father's Day Sunday. Don't forget dear old dad, right? Look at this. The work is done. You could do a basket like this. You could do a meat bundle, grills. I think we have cologne. Maybe Chris will find cologne this week. I need cologne. Don't forget Dad. Father's Day this Sunday. All right. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you tomorrow live at 8:30. Take care. Bye.
You're watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.